Good morning, everybody. It's Ramona. Good morning, everybody. It's Ramona. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little baking, and I thought I might as well just throw it up. Last week at my local H-E-B grocery store, pineapples were 87 cents each. So, of course, I stocked up on pineapple, and I've been munching on pineapple, and I have another one, and like kind of not sick of pineapple, but I'm looking for something different to do with it, and I found this recipe on Pinterest, pineapple banana bread, and I will link it down below as well. So I'm going to double it so I can take one to work, and I'll put one for me. I'll put like half of it in the freezer and just have the other half like for breakfast with coffee or whatever. So the first part I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my pineapple, and this is how I cut a pineapple. I have no idea if it's the right way to cut a pineapple, but this is what we're going to do. Then I'll stop the video, I'll assemble all my ingredients, and we'll come back to make the pineapple banana bread. So let me move this out of the way, and I have a container already here that I've already cut one of the pineapples up with, and I've been munching on for snacks and lunch and whatever. And we have the pineapple, and I have a garbage bag right here. Excuse me. So what I do, and yes, I also have one of those core things. I've used it once or twice. I just found it wasn't really helpful. Just another gadget that I bought because I'm a gadget whore, and all the gadgets I have, I don't even hardly use them. So anyway, I cut off the top. I cut off the bottom. And there is nothing like fresh pineapple. I mean, canned just doesn't even come close. It is so good. And you can also, once you chop it up, you can freeze it and then put it in smoothies. So good. So sweet. Okay, then I just take a knife and I go down the sides like this. And I'll get all those eyes in just a minute. I'm just getting kind of the big rind off first. And we're pretty lucky here in Texas. Pardon me. We get a lot of fresh fruit, pretty much all year round, because in the south of Texas, down in the Rio Grande Valley, they grow fruit all year long. And down in the valley, they grow the most fabulous ruby red grapefruit ever. It is so sweet. It is so juicy. And grapefruits here, like this, there's like the big jumbo grapefruits, but even like the normal, that size can be like around, sometimes they're like 50 cents each. They're super duper cheap, and they're so good. Okay, so now I've got the big rind off. I can tell there's a little bit of oldness, I guess we'll say there. So then I just kind of go around and I clean off and get, if there's any extra eyes or whatever those little nubbins are called, get all the nubbins off. And it kind of looks like I'm cutting off a lot of the pineapple, but I'm not. You'll see there's still quite a bit left. And so like I said, pineapples, I don't know if we grow pineapples here in Texas, but we seem to get, fresh, yummy, good pineapples like all year long. Because of the climate and whatnot. Okay, so then I just kind of go right down the middle, and you can see, if you've not cut a pineapple before, right in the center there's a core. So try to get down the center of the core, and I just kind of put one set aside for a second, and then I go down the core again. So now all you have to do, you're left with the quarter of a core, like right down there, and just kind of slice that off like that. And same over here. And the core is very fibrous, and so you really try to get the core out if you can. I mean, it's not obviously going to hurt you, but it's just not as, soft and sweet as the pineapple. And then I just kind of go down there like that. Again. And this recipe calls for, I think, 1 cup of chopped pineapple. And as I said, I'm going to double it. And I have my little handy dandy, I've got a big electric food processor as well, but I have just a little teeny hand pull one, which I think will be good. I'm just going to chop it like a little bit more. And the recipe also says to drain it as well. So I'm going to chop it and drain it. And clearly I'm not good at making pieces even. But that's okay, it'll still taste good. So I'm just, like I said, I'm giving these just a big rough chop. And then I'm gonna put them in my little handy dandy chopper. And I'll come out with 2 cups of chopped and drained pineapple. So I'm going to cut you off right there. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, assemble my equipment, and I will see you in a few minutes. Bye. Okay, we are back. We have everything ready to go. And I have my tablet over here that I'm going to be following along with the recipe. I've never made this before, so this is a first time recipe. My oven has been heating to 350 degrees. Peel your bananas and put them in your mixing bowl and mash them with your whisk. I didn't do that. I just wished I mashed them with a potato masher. So they are right here. So as I said, I'm doubling the recipe. So this is 8 bananas. So we'll just put that right in there. And you know, funny thing is, I like banana bread because I'm a foodie, but I don't like to eat a raw banana. I don't like bananas, so that's very strange. Okay, so we have our bananas, blah, blah, blah. Then place the butter in a microwave-safe dish and heat for 10 to 20 seconds, which I have done. So this is 2 sticks of butter to equal 1 cup. And again, I'm doubling it. So this is 2 sticks of butter. Then, blah, blah, blah. Next, add both the brown sugar, white sugar, and the eggs. Okay, so I've already cracked my eggs to save some time. There is 4 eggs. And, let's see, a half a cup of sugar, and I'm doubling it, so we need 1 cup of sugar. And I don't care if it's a little light on the sugar. Surely I don't need all that sugar, but. And half a cup of brown sugar, doubled, is 1 cup of brown sugar. Okay. And I think we are good to hit the mixer now. Mix until smooth. Okay. So I've got my stand mixer set up. I'm going to move you around. Sorry about that. I don't have a plug on this side of the island. I wish I did. All right, I'm going to move you over. I'm getting the mixer on, the bowl on the mixer. Okay, so we're back over here. Lock her down. So we're just going to start out slow. And my mother and grandmother are both great bakers, and I used to watch both of them bake. And, you know, Mom always says you always cream your butter and your sugar first. So this is, you know, I guess it's melted. Otherwise, I probably would have, if I wasn't following this recipe, I would have creamed my butter and sugar first and then put the eggs in and then put the bananas in, but okay, whatever. So, okay, let me see what the next step is while that's mixing. Okay. Then we're going to add the vanilla and baking soda. So we're going to bring that over. Vanilla, baking soda. And I get my vanilla from Mexico. Either when I'm in Mexico or a friend is in Mexico, they'll pick up Mexican vanilla for me because it is so good. Okay, I'm going to stop that and we'll add the baking soda. I got to remember to double it. So it calls for 1 teaspoon of baking soda, so I will add 2 teaspoons. I put my baking soda in a mason jar because still nobody has devised a baking soda box that closes for some crazy reason. So that's 2 teaspoons of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of vanilla, which equals 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm probably going to overshoot it a little bit because I do like vanilla. And we'll give that another buzz. Mix all that up. Then, finally, oh wait, no, I missed the pineapple. Hang on a second. Mashed bananas. Brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, baking soda, and half cup time. Oh, the last step is the pineapple. Okay, so now we're going to add the flour. And the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of flour, so we're going to add 3 cups of flour. So I'm going to shut that down for just a second, and I'll just kind of add 1 cup at a time. Slowly, you don't want flour all over the place. I'm going to add another one. There's a big lump of something right there. What is that? That's a lump of flour. Hang on one second. I got to break up that lump. Okay. Good. This doesn't call for cinnamon. You think I should put cinnamon in it? Like cinnamon, and just seems like cinnamon would be good. And okay, I'm just going to follow the directions. Forget it. Okay. We're just going to keep on going. This is cup number 2 of flour. So finally, I didn't go home this year. I haven't been home since the summer of 2017. So, and then my sister Joanne was here last year. So I got my vacation approved. I am going home to Nova Scotia in October for Canadian Thanksgiving. I'm very excited. My sisters will be there, of course, my parents, and my uncle lives there in Guysborough as well, my cousin. So I'm very excited to finally go home after 2 years. So I'll post some pictures of beautiful Nova Scotia while I'm there. Okay, I'm going to put the final cup of flour in. And you can see all my containers are these lock and lock ones, or like, you know, sealed because it's so humid in Texas. We get these little varmints called weevils. They're little itty bitty black things. And when I first moved here, I didn't know this. And I had my baking supplies in the cabinet, and I pulled it. I was like, what are all those little things? It's like, oh, those are weevils. You got it? I was like, oh, okay. So now we put, you know, all our stuff in sealable, and there's no problems whatsoever. And it doesn't, you know, it's just a function of the humidity, not anything bad or gross or anything. Weevils are gross, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna stop this for a second and scrape down the bowl. Actually, I should have put my other paddle on. It has a scraper on it. I forgot to do that. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm just going to mix it another minute, and then we will add the pineapple. It smells good. Like I said, I love the smell of you know, banana bread or cooked banana, but I just don't like to eat it. Okay. So I think finally our last step is to finally add the half cup flour, blah, blah, blah. Add the drained pineapple. I did drain the pineapple. And then we will pour into baking pans. So as I mentioned earlier, you saw me chop the pineapple quite roughly with big chunks, but then I put it in a little chopper, and so they're not completely, you know, obliterated. There's still some good pieces of pineapple in there. But just you're not, you know, chomping on a big blob of pineapple. Okay, in goes the pineapple. It looks like a very wet batter. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be this wet. Like when I make pumpkin bread, it's a lot thicker than this, but we're gonna go with what the directions say. Give it another mix. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to move you back to the other side where the baking pans are. And the picture on the recipe, they're baking it on a big cookie sheet. So I'm going to do that too, just in case it overflows. Okay. So I am going to, let me just get this over here first, sorry. Okay, moving. Okay. So we will pour the batter into these baking loaf pans, and I did spray them with nonstick spray. Start with that much for now in that one. It's always difficult to get your loaves the same size. Okay. Alrighty then. So, pour into greased loaf pan and cook for 55 to 60 minutes. Rotate halfway through. So I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. I'll switch them. I'll set it for another 30, and then hopefully at the end we will have some yummy pumpkin banana bread. So I will see you later. Bye. Okay, so we're back. The the breads have been in the oven exactly 60 minutes. I checked them after 50 minutes, but they weren't quite done. There was still some batter on the skewer, but when you put the batter in the skewer in the batter now, it's almost all, except for that little bit at the bottom, but I think it's just, I got a bit of pineapple or banana right there because the rest of the skewer is dry. So I'm calling it done. So I'm going to let these cool in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to put them out on a cooling rack and let them cool for another little bit, and then I will be back with the finished product later. I'll see you later. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the finished product, and I've tasted a little nibble here. I cut some, had a piece. It's very good. It's very, very moist. The banana and the pumpkin, and the pineapple make it super moist. Next time I would probably cook it like an additional 10 minutes. I don't know if that would make a difference or not. I mean, it's very good. The flavor is great. If you like pumpkin bread, you'll really, really like it. I think next time I might add a little bit of nutmeg to this, not cinnamon. I kind of thought in the beginning I should add cinnamon, but I'm glad I didn't. I like the flavor, but I think just a touch of nutmeg would kind of bring it together. So all in all, it turned out good. So would I make this again? Yes, I would. I will take one to work. I'm going to probably cut that one in half and freeze half of it. And so that is what we did today. The banana pineapple bread. I will link it down below on Pinterest. I hope you try it and let me know how it turns out. I will see you soon. Bye.